Namaste everyone. Let us begin in learning about human values and professional ethics. We have started this journey with understanding about values, morals and ethics, and we have also talked about concept and need of value education. Now today we are going to talk about self-exploration as the process for value education. Self and exploration, खुद को ढूंढना, is the process for value education that we are going to understand today in this session. These are the contents through which we will follow, and now we will begin it. So what is self-exploration? It is the process of finding out what is valuable to me by investigating within myself. I am talking to myself for finding out something. When we go for exploration, that is searching of something, we observe it outside. But this process of self-exploration enables me to observe inside, that is within me. What is right for me, true for me, has to be judged within myself. It is I who will decide it for myself. So the main focus of self-exploration is myself, that is the human being. Okay, now to give you an example at this moment of time, if somebody comes to you and says, see, I have this problem, then what you do is you ask them more about it. You ask them, okay, tell me what has happened, how it happened, and the person starts exploring and gives you the answer. The same process we have to follow for ourselves. It is like I am talking to the child or a friend who is there within me. So, we always talk about desire first. That is, what is our basic aspiration? And then we talk about the program of how I am going to fulfill this basic aspiration. Now, you remove this word basic aspiration, we will just talk about desire. So at this moment of time, if my desire is to eat something, then the program which I have to follow is I have to either tell my mother to cook it for me, or I am myself is going to prepare it for me. So based on our desire, we decide about the program which we have to follow. So when we find out our basic aspiration, then we will have the idea about the program which will enable us to fulfill this basic aspiration. This is how at every step we are going to evaluate, okay, what do I need? Okay, this is what I need, and now I am going to fulfill it by this way. So this is how the process is going to fold in front of us. Now we will discuss about the purpose of self-exploration. So the process of self-exploration is a dialogue between what you are and what you really want to be. It is the process of self-evolution through self-investigation. We must have heard this word of investigation. So we have heard that. So in case of some criminal cases, we have seen that police comes and investigates. So investigation is the process of finding out more details about something. Now we are going to evolve ourselves through the process of self-investigating. खुद के बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी हम पाने की कोशिश करेंगे. It is a process of knowing oneself, and through that knowing the entire existence. Once I have understood some things about me, then it is applicable to entire existence. मराठी मध्ये एक म्हण आहे, पिंडी ते ब्रह्मांडी. So what is true for me must be true for the whole universe. So once I understand myself, if I am the part of that universe, the whole universe is same then. It is a process of recognizing one's relationship with every unit in existence and fulfilling it. It is a process of knowing human conduct, human character, and living accordingly. So once I have understood that, I am at this moment of time giving you example. What I like is, or what I really would like to have is, if I talk to someone, the person should listen to me. So this is what I want for myself. Okay, then do I follow the same process when somebody else is talking to me? So if I understand that I like it very much when the other person listens to me, the same I have to bring in my conduct. It should become my nature that every time somebody is telling to me something, I have to listen to it completely and then I am going to react. So once I understand this process for myself, it must be same for me. Okay, so it is a process of being in harmony with oneself and in harmony with entire existence. The word harmony in Marathi means susamvad. So once the process of self-exploration is found out, I am in harmony with myself and in harmony with the entire existence. So there is no conflict between me and the other person involved, or there is no conflict within myself only. The process of self-exploration is the process of identifying our innateness, that is swattva, and moving towards self-organization, that is swatantra, and then self-expression, that is swarajya. We are going to discuss about this in detail very soon. So how is the process of self-exploration is going to go? Now whatever I am going to keep in front of you will be a proposal. Okay, I am giving you something. Now what is your responsibility is, do not start by assuming it to be true or false, because madam is saying you should not follow it. Verify it on your own right. You have to see whether it is applicable to you, whether you are able to digest it or not. We are not going to accept or reject it on the basis of scriptures, instruments, or on the basis of others. Because madam was also telling me, and because also it was written in some holy book, or because it was also told by my mother, I have to really accept it. No. The following two steps are going to be there when we talk about the process of self-exploration. First, we are going to verify the proposal on the basis of natural acceptance. Remember the term, we are going to talk about it. And the second is live according to the proposal to validate it experimentally. Okay, we'll talk about it. Now the diagrammatical representation of the process of self-exploration. So whatever is kept in front of you is a proposal. Okay, that we are going to verify on the basis of natural acceptance, and also we are going to validate it. And when we talk about experimental validation, we are going to live according to it. How? We are going to inculcate in ourselves with behavior with other human beings, and also with the rest of the nature we have to follow it. Now how it goes is, once I have verified it, statically I have asked myself whether it is going right for me or not, and then practically I have validated it. We are going to live according to it, and that is going to give me the realization, anubhav, and that is going to bring understanding in myself. Now when we live according to it with other human beings, it brings mutual happiness. I have understood that this way of my behavior is liked by my mother, then there is mutual happiness among ourselves. And if we follow it with the rest of the nature, it is going to bring prosperity, mutual prosperity. Nobody is harmed in getting this prosperity. Mutual, it is for both. That is what we get. Now, as I said, when we talk about a proposal, we do not have to accept because it is written in some book, or it is a reading from some instrument, or it is stated by some person. We have to follow this whole process, and that is what is going to bring understanding in ourselves. Now we will talk about natural acceptance. It is the process of seeing and observing attentively and then using your inner conscious to get the answer from within. I have given you this example where I was telling you that if somebody comes to you for some problem, you start asking questions to that person. The same process we are going to do, but how we are going to do is we will sit at a place. Okay, for that matter, we may keep a diary with us, and we will start asking ourselves. The one who is asking question is me, and the one who is answering also is me. So I am going to get the answer from within. It is way to bring out the goodness in everything naturally. Okay, it should not happen that whatever I am telling is bringing some uncomfortable feeling in me. It should not happen. If it is natural, then it should give me that feeling of peace or comfort within me. There are some things which I would like to mention in the natural acceptance. It does not change with time. It does not happen with natural acceptance that yesterday when I was talking about this thing, it was true, but today it is not true. This does not happen. If it is naturally acceptable, it remains the same irrespective of the time. Natural acceptance does not vary from person to person or individual to individual. If it is naturally acceptable to me, it has to be naturally acceptable to the other person. Now, every statement which I am putting in front of you, you have to treat it as a proposal, and then you are going to verify it. Natural acceptance does not depend on the place. India में applicable है, US में applicable नहीं है. This does not happen. Natural acceptance does not depend on our beliefs or past conditioning. The answer has to come from within and not because it was taught to me. You're getting it? We will go through the process slowly. Natural acceptance is same for all of us. As I said, Pindi te Brahmandi. So what is true for me has to be true for the whole existence, the whole nature. It is part and parcel of every human being on this earth. The term natural acceptance. Now, experimental validation. This process is the process which infuses direct experience with the learning environment and content. Now, you see, whatever I tell you, what we can do is we can talk to our family members. We can, bring a change within ourselves in behaving with them. And this is how we can experimentally validate, and we can see how the other person reacted to this change of ours. Experimental validation may be regarded as a philosophy and methodology in which direct experience and focused reflection of the individual helps to increase knowledge, develops skills, and clarifies values. Now, very simple example I may give you at this moment of time is, I am teaching this subject of programming in C to you in the class. So what I do is, I tell you everything about variables, I tell you everything about the for statement, for example, and I tell you this is how the loop iterates. So once I tell you the content in the class, when you actually go to the lab and see how the loop turns with the help of that watch parameter, you will be very happy to see that, oh, this is how it really works. Wow, this is what madam was trying us to explain. Wow, now I have understood because I did it myself. You're getting it? So experimental validation is the process which we are going to follow in our day-to-day life when we interact with other human beings and see how the response comes. So self-exploration takes place in the self and not the body. Okay, right now you are not going to get confused here. We will see when we talk about in the class. Now, the three terms which I would like to introduce that we have already discussed were Swatva means innateness of self, that is the natural acceptance of harmony. Swatantrata means being self-organized, being in harmony with oneself. And Swarajya means self-expression or self-extension, that is living in harmony with others. So Swatva once brings Swatantrata, and then it brings to the level of Swarajya, that is self-expression in harmony with others. So whatever is my act will not create turbulence in people around me or the nature around me, once I have achieved this level of Swarajya. And from where it is going to bring Swatva. Okay, जो हमारे खुद में है, that we will find out, that will bring harmony in ourselves, and that will bring harmony around ourselves. So what is this Swattva? It is already there, enact in each of us. By being in dialogue with it, we attain Swatantrata, which enables us to work for Swarajya. So when we identify our innateness, we find what we really want to be, and it enables us to start living with this harmony. It starts expressing itself through our harmonious behavior and work, and it naturally extends to our participation with the surrounding. This is Swarajya. We must have heard this term Swarajya when Shivaji Maharaj had introduced it. So we will talk about it in detail very soon. Now this is how we can summarize it in terms of self-evolution and self-expression. Now what is natural acceptance is knowing your natural acceptance, that is what you really want to be. Then living it in accordance with your natural acceptance, that is living in harmony within, is called as self-organized. And then living in harmony with others, that is with the entire existence, brings self-expression. When everything is in harmony, there is universal human order, and this is what we want to achieve. So these are the places from where I have prepared the contents. See you in the discussion. Thank you.